Ronda is one of the oldest cities of Spain. According to archaeological findings, the presence of human beings in the municipality goes back to the Paleolithic and Neolithic ages. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please consider subscribing and give this video a thumbs up. For today's video we are going to explore and learn the history of Ronda, the oldest city of Spain. Ronda is situated in a mountainous area about 750 meters, 2,460 feet, above mean sea level. Also, it occupies the depression of Ronda. The inner relief is gentle and includes areas of pasture land and vegetable and cereal growing areas. The Guadalquivir River runs through the city, dividing it in two and carving out the steep, 100-plus meter deep El Tajo Canyon above which the city perches. Ronda is a town in the Spanish province of Malaga. It is located about 105 kilometers, 65 miles, west of the city of Malaga, within the autonomous community of Andalusia. Its population is about 35,000. Ronda is known for its cliffside location and a deep chasm that carries the Guadalquivir River and divides the town. Around the city are remains of prehistoric settlements dating to the Neolithic age, including the rock paintings of Cueva de la Palta. Ronda was, however, first settled by the early Celts, who called it Ronda in the 6th century BC. Later Phoenician settlers established themselves nearby to found a cenipo, sometimes referred to as Ronda la Vieja, Old Ronda. The current Ronda is of Roman origins, having been founded as a fortified post in the Second Punic War, by Scipio Africanus. Ronda received the title of city at the time of Julius Caesar. In the 5th century AD, Ronda was conquered by the Suebi, led by Richila, being reconquered in the following century by the Eastern Roman Empire, under whose rule Asinipo was abandoned. Later, the Visigoth king Leovigild captured the city. Ronda was part of the Visigoth realm until 713, when it fell to the Berbers, who named it Hisnar Ronda, Castle of Ronda, and made it the capital of the Tacoronda province. After the disintegration of the Caliphate of Córdoba, Ronda became the capital of a small kingdom ruled by the Berber Banu Ifran, the Ta'ifa of Ronda. During this period, Ronda gained most of its Islamic architectural heritage. In 1065, Ronda was conquered by the Ta'ifa of Seville led by Abd II al-Mu'tadid. Both the poet Salih bin Sharif al-Rundi, 1204–1285, and the Sufi scholar Ibn Abd al-Rundi, 1333–1390, were born in Ronda. The Islamic domination of Ronda ended in 1485, when it was conquered by the Marquis of Cadiz after a brief siege. Subsequently, most of the city's old edifices were renewed or adapted to Christian roles, while numerous others were built in newly created quarters such as Mercadillo and San Francisco. The Plaza de Toros de Ronda was founded in the town in 1572. The Spanish Inquisition affected the Muslims living in Spain greatly. Shortly after 1492, when the last outpost of Muslim presence in the Iberian Peninsula, Granada, was conquered, the Spanish decreed that all Muslims must either vacate the peninsula without their belongings or convert. Many people overtly converted to keep their possessions while secretly practicing their religion. Muslims who converted were called Moriscos. They were required to wear upon their caps and turbans a blue crescent. Traveling without a permit meant a death sentence. This systematic suppression forced the Muslims to seek refuge in mountainous regions of southern Andalusia. Ronda was one such refuge. On May 25, 1566, Philip II decreed the use of the Arabic language, written or spoken, illegal, required that doors to homes remain open on Fridays to verify that no Muslim Friday prayers were conducted, and levied heavy taxes on Morisco trades. This led to several rebellions, one of them in Ronda under the leadership of Al-Fayri. Al-Fayri soldiers defeated the Spanish army sent to suppress them under the leadership of Alfonso de Aguilar. The massacre of the Spaniards prompted Philip II to order the expulsion of all Moriscos in Ronda. In the early 19th century, The Napoleonic invasion and the subsequent Peninsular War caused much suffering in Ronda, whose inhabitants were reduced from 15,600 to 5,000 in 3 years. Ronda's area became the base first of guerrilla warriors, then of numerous bandits, whose deeds inspired artists such as Washington Irving, Prosper Mérimée, and Gustave Doré. In the 19th century, the economy of Ronda was mainly based on agricultural activities. In 1918, the city was the seat of the Assembly of Ronda, in which the Andalusian flag, coat of arms, and anthem were designed. Ronda's Romero family, from Francisco, born in 1698, to his son Juan, to his famous grandson Pedro, who died in 1839, played a principal role in the development of modern Spanish bullfighting. In a family responsible for such innovations as the use of the cape, or muleta, and a sword especially designed for the kill, Pedro in particular transformed bullfighting into an art and a skill in its own right, and not simply a clownishly macho preamble to the bull's slaughter. Ronda was heavily affected by the Spanish Civil War, which led to emigration and depopulation. The scene in Chapter 10 of Hemingway's For Whom the Bell Tolls, describing the 1936 execution of fascist sympathizers in a fictional village who are thrown off a cliff, is considered to be modeled on actual events of the time in Ronda. There are 3 bridges in Ronda. 1, Puente Romano-Roman Bridge, also known as the Puente Árabe Arabic Bridge as the foundation is Roman and was later rebuilt above in the Arabic period. 2 Puente Viejo Old Bridge, also known as the Puente San Miguel, and 3 Puente Nuevo New Bridge, span the canyon. The term Nuevo is something of a misnomer, as the building of this bridge commenced in 1751 and took until 1793 to complete. The Puente Nuevo is the tallest of the bridges, towering 120 meters, 390 feet, above the canyon floor, and all 3 serves as some of the city's most impressive features. The former town hall, which stands next to the Puente Nuevo, is the site of a parador and has a view of the Tahoe Canyon. Outside the Ronda bullring, the Corrida Guillesca is a bullfight that takes place once a year in Ronda in the Plaza de Toros de Ronda, the oldest bullfighting ring in Spain. It was built in 1784 in the neoclassical style by the architect José Martín de Aldahuela, who also designed the Puente Nuevo. The partially intact Baños Árabe, Arabic baths, are found below the city, beside the Puente Árabe, also known as the Puente Romano, and date back to the 13th and 14th centuries. Nowadays you can visit them, although you cannot enjoy an original Arab bath, but you can see all the facilities. The Arab baths used to fulfill the function of purifying the visitors who came to the city of Ronda. They are the best preserved Arabic baths. Plaza del Socorro is the modern political center of Ronda. It was here that Blas Infante showed the Andalusian flag and coat of arms for the first time in 1918. The parish church of Socorro, Parroquia de Nuestra Señora del Socorro, was only built in 1956. The building known as the Casino and Círculo de Artistas, Artists Society, is located on the north side of Ronda's Plaza del Socorro. The Palacio of the Marqués de Salvatierra opens irregularly as a small museum of Renaissance art and artifacts. The Palacio is an 18th-century renovation of an earlier 16th-century building gifted to the family of Don Vasco Martín de Salvatierra by the Catholic monarchs when they redistributed the spoils of the reconquest. In 1994, Madonna obtained a permit to shoot inside the palace of the Marquis of Salvatierra for the music video of Take a Bow. The Casa del Rey Moro was never the home of a Moorish king. It was built in the 18th century, when Moorish Spain was already a distant memory. Its apparently Moorish gardens are even more recent, having been designed by the French landscape gardener Jean-Claude Forestier in 1912. The house does incorporate one genuine and important relic of Ronda's Moorish era, the so-called water mine, a set of steps down to the river carved into the cliff wall.